There's a reason this year has felt heavier than the ones before it. A reason you've been more tired, more emotional, more sensitive, more aware of things you used to ignore. A reason your relationships have changed. Your inner world has cracked open and nothing feels the same anymore. Not your thoughts, not your body, not your sense of self. And no, you're not losing your mind. You're not failing. You're not falling apart. You're waking up. 2025 wasn't just another year on a calendar. It was an initiation, a pressure point, a collective turning of the wheel. A year where the universe whispered to millions of people at the same time, you can't live asleep anymore. And if you felt that, in your bones, in your breath, in your nervous system, in the quiet moments no one sees, then this message is for you. Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why this year felt heavy, and why that heaviness is not a curse, but a sign that you are becoming someone you were always meant to be. Let's be honest, something shifted this year, and you felt it before you ever understood it. Some mornings you woke up heavier, as if the air itself was thicker. Some days your emotions ran deeper, as if everything touched a part of you that used to stay hidden. That's not weakness, that's not sensitivity. That's your soul stepping forward. 2025 forced you to confront the relationships you were shrinking inside, face the truths you didn't want to admit, outgrow the environments that once felt safe, let go of people you thought would walk with you forever, acknowledge the pain you've carried since childhood. Stop pretending you were fine when you weren't. This year acted like a spotlight, revealing everything you've outgrown and everything you've ignored. It was heavy because awakening is heavy. Not poetic, not peaceful, not gentle. Awakening is disruptive. Awakening is uncomfortable. Awakening is a dismantling before it becomes a rebuilding. And if you're still here, it's because you're strong enough for what comes next. Let's go deeper now. Beyond the spiritual, beyond the cosmic. Because the heaviness of 2025 wasn't just energetic. It was psychological. This year forced you to confront parts of yourself you spent years burying just to stay functional. It was the year of emotional exhaustion you couldn't hide anymore, burnout that sleep didn't fix, anxiety without a clear cause, anger you didn't recognize, sadness that came out of nowhere, overthinking that wouldn't stop, loneliness even when surrounded by people. Your mind wasn't attacking you. It was speaking for the first time. 2025 cracked open the places you suppressed because you had to be strong for too long. And here's the truth. No one ever says out loud, your mind didn't break you. It finally told the truth. The trauma you ignored, it surfaced. The boundaries you never set, they demanded to be drawn. The relationships you were carrying alone, they revealed their imbalance. The identity you built for survival, it started to fall away. Your nervous system was trying to save your life by refusing to let you keep living in patterns that were hurting you. This is why you felt heavy. Not because you were weak, but because your inner world finally said, enough. Enough pretending, enough performing, enough shrinking, enough absorbing everyone else's pain, enough surviving while calling it strength. 2025 forced you to feel what you avoided feeling for years. And that kind of honesty is always heavy at first. Now let's speak the truth that most people feel, but rarely say out loud. 2025 wasn't just psychologically heavy. It was energetically intense in a way humanity hasn't experienced in decades. And sensitive souls, the empaths, the intuitives, the healers, the quiet ones, the people who feel everything deeply, you felt it first. Here's why. We've been living through intense solar activity, geomagnetic disturbances, collective emotional tension, global instability, rapid consciousness shifts, energetic purging across entire communities. And whether you believe in spirituality or not, your body and nervous system respond to energy before your mind does. This year, your intuition sharpened. Your dreams became vivid. Your body reacted to things you didn't fully understand. You sensed endings before they happened. You picked up on other people's emotions without trying. You felt storms before they arrived, sometimes literally, sometimes emotionally. And here's the thing. Your sensitivity wasn't the problem. Your sensitivity was the antenna. You were feeling collective grief, collective burnout, collective uncertainty, collective awakening. Because awakening doesn't happen in one person at a time. It moves like a wave. And this year the wave was massive. Millions of people around the world felt the same things. Heaviness, restlessness, emotional surges, intuitive spikes, identity shifts, craving solitude, sudden clarity, spiritual calling. You weren't imagining it. You weren't being dramatic. You weren't overreacting. You were tuning into something real, something global, something ancient. 2025 was the year the veil thinned and the inner world became impossible to ignore. That's why nothing felt the same. That's why you didn't feel the same. Here's the part most people don't realize. The heaviness of 2025 wasn't personal, it was collective. Humanity entered a cycle that happens only once every few decades. A period where the old structures collapse so the new ones can emerge. And collapse never feels gentle. You felt it everywhere. Institutions wobbling, relationships ending, friendships drifting, values shifting, identities dissolving, a sense of, I can't live like this anymore, rising in millions of people at once. It didn't matter who you were. People across the world were breaking patterns, breaking silence, breaking roles, breaking masks, breaking under the weight of lives that no longer fit them. This wasn't chaos. This wasn't failure. This was a collective exhale after years of holding everything in. When people say, why is everyone so emotional this year? Why is everyone questioning their friendships? Why are so many relationships falling apart? Why does life feel like it's rearranging itself? It's because we hit a global threshold. And here is the truth. The world cannot evolve without people evolving first. But evolution doesn't happen while you're comfortable. It happens when your old coping mechanisms stop working. Your old identity feels too small. The roles you played drain you. You can no longer lie to yourself. Life pushes you to choose yourself. Grief rises without warning. Truth becomes louder than fear. 2025 forced a kind of honesty that humanity hasn't collectively faced in years. It was the year people finally said, I'm not okay, and pretending isn't working anymore. This is the collapse before the breakthrough, the storm before the clearing, the shedding before the becoming. And if you survive this year, if you're still here, you're already on the other side of the hardest part. Let's talk about the part no one warns you about. When the world shifts, your body feels it before your mind understands it. And in 2025, your body was working harder than you realized. You weren't just tired. You were carrying years of suppressed emotion, collective stress, energetic overload, and the weight of a world in transition. Here's what really happened. Your nervous system hit its truth point. For years, you pushed through. Stress, heartbreak, survival mode, responsibility, trauma, being the strong one, never resting properly. Then 2025 came and your body said, enough. You don't get to ignore me anymore. So it forced you to slow down through exhaustion, inflammation, headaches, emotional sensitivity, insomnia, heaviness in your chest, aches that felt like sadness, anxiety that didn't belong to you. This wasn't weakness. This wasn't aging. This wasn't you falling apart. This was your nervous system releasing 10 years of stored pressure because you finally stopped pretending you were fine. Your soul upgraded faster than your biology could keep up. When you awaken internally but your nervous system is still conditioned to survive, you get what many people experienced this year. Feeling wired but tired, sudden bursts of emotion, needing more rest, craving silence, sensory overwhelm, feeling everything deeper. Your inner world was expanding while your nervous system was still catching up. That creates friction, a physical heaviness that feels like carrying a storm beneath your ribs. You weren't sick, you were transitioning. You outgrew the life your body was trained to endure. When you no longer tolerate emotional neglect, unhealthy relationships, overworking, pretending, shrinking, being strong for everyone, never resting. The body reacts first. Not as punishment, but as protection. Your fatigue wasn't laziness. It was your body saying, stop choosing survival over yourself. Your pain wasn't random. It was old trauma rising to release. Your sensitivity wasn't overreacting. It was emotional intelligence awakening. Your need for rest wasn't weakness. It was healing. 2025 didn't break your body. It finally let your body speak. And now we go deeper. Next, we move into the emotional clarity, the friendships falling away, the identity shift that so many experienced in 2025. Let's talk about one of the hardest truths of 2025, the one you maybe didn't tell anyone, the one you might still be grieving. You didn't just outgrow people. You outgrew versions of yourself that required those people. This year was a turning point for relationships, not because people changed suddenly, but because you did. You stopped tolerating what drained you. You stopped shrinking to fit. You stopped explaining your worth. You stopped prioritizing people who made you feel alone. You stopped apologizing for needing peace. You stopped betraying yourself just to be loved. When you started awakening, you stopped matching the energy of people who survived by staying asleep. And that's when the distance began. Friendships that depended on the old you dissolved. Relationships that relied on your silence cracked. Connections built on convenience fell away. People who were comfortable with your smallness grew uncomfortable with your growth. It wasn't rejection. It wasn't abandonment. It wasn't failure. It was alignment. You weren't losing people. You were losing versions of connection that couldn't come with you. Awakening requires shedding. You can't rise while holding onto hands that pull you back. You can't heal while staying in dynamics that hurt. You can't become while clinging to identities built to survive pain. This year, millions of people quietly realized, I don't fit into my old life anymore. Not because something went wrong, but because something finally went right. You began recognizing who feels safe, who feels heavy, who respects your boundaries, who drains your energy, who celebrates your growth, who only loved the wounded version of you, who loves the true you emerging. 2025 revealed people. Not through drama, but through clarity. Some connections deepened, others faded. Some ended painfully but honestly. Some returned in healthier forms, and some were never supposed to stay. And here's the truth you maybe needed to hear all year. Losing people is not the loss. Losing yourself to keep them was, you didn't walk away from anyone. You walked back to yourself. And the right people will meet you there. Whether you consider yourself spiritual or not, you probably noticed something this year. Your inner voice got louder. Your intuition sharpened. Your dreams felt symbolic. Your gut reactions were stronger. Your sensitivity increased. Your emotions were deeper and harder to numb. Your truth bubbled up even when you didn't want to face it. That's not coincidence. That's not overthinking. That's not instability. That is awakening, the real kind. And it doesn't begin with peace or enlightenment. It begins with disruption. The old you dissolves. The false selves fall away. The masks get heavy. The lies become unbearable. The coping mechanisms stop working. The intuition you ignored your whole life suddenly refuses to be quiet. This is what happened in 2025. Your soul stopped whispering and started speaking clearly. And because the world was louder, heavier, faster, your inner world became louder too, to balance you, to protect you, to guide you back to yourself. Awakening is not light, it's fire. People imagine awakening as this peaceful moment where you suddenly feel enlightened. But the truth, it begins as a burn. The burn of truth, the burn of clarity, the burn of seeing yourself honestly, the burn of recognizing who's draining you, the burn of feeling emotions you buried, the burn of realizing your old life doesn't fit, the burn of hearing your soul say, not this anymore. If 2025 felt intense, it's because awakening forces you to stop running from yourself. Your intuition pointed to things you weren't ready to admit before. Your emotions rose to the surface, not to overwhelm you, but to free you. Your inner world stopped tolerating what your outer world kept pretending was fine. You weren't too emotional. You were finally aligned. You weren't too sensitive, too reactive, too overwhelmed, too confused. You were finally tuned in. Your intuition was working. Your awareness was waking up. Your emotional intelligence was activating. Your boundaries were forming. Your soul was remembering itself. And for the first time in your life, you couldn't silence it. The heaviness wasn't a flaw. It was a frequency shift. A call inward, a call higher, a call home. Every awakening has a moment, a single, undeniable moment, where everything inside you says, I can't keep doing this. And 2025 pushed millions of people right to that edge. Not because they were weak, not because they failed, not because life fell apart, but because the pressure of living out of alignment became heavier than the fear of change. You felt it, didn't you? That moment where pretending didn't work anymore. Your smile felt like a mask. Your strength felt like a costume. Your silence felt like a weight. Your resilience felt like a burden. Your relationships felt mismatched. Your body felt done carrying old emotions. It wasn't one meltdown. It wasn't one emotional day. It was the realization that the version of you who survived everything couldn't take you any further. This was the breaking point that so many silently reached in 2025. The moment when you stopped making excuses for people. You stopped carrying responsibilities alone. You stopped betraying yourself for peace. You stopped saying, "I'm fine," when you weren't. You stopped living on autopilot. You stopped ignoring your inner voice. You stopped pretending you weren't hurting. You stopped holding everyone else's weight. And here's the truth. People don't want to admit. Breaking is not failure. Breaking is the doorway to becoming. Because at the breaking point, you finally see yourself. Not the version you present to the world. Not the version built from trauma. Not the version shaped by expectation. But the you underneath it all. The truth is, you didn't break because you were weak. You broke because the old life, the old identity, the old coping mechanisms couldn't hold the new version of you emerging. Your soul pushed through the cracks. Your truth burst through the armor. Your heart refused to carry another year of silent suffering. And the universe stepped in and said, "Enough. This is not who you are anymore." The breaking point was not the end. It was the beginning. The moment your awakening became irreversible. The moment you stopped surviving and started unraveling into someone more real, more honest, more whole. This is why 2025 felt heavy, because the year was sculpting you into the person you were always meant to become. If 2025 broke you open, it also began rebuilding you into someone you're only just beginning to recognize. Because here's the truth most people never hear. The year that feels like it destroys you is often the year that saves you. The heaviness wasn't punishment. The exhaustion wasn't failure. The confusion wasn't a setback. The emotional waves weren't instability. They were the signs that a new version of you was forming in the dark. You weren't falling apart, you were shedding. Identities built from survival, relationships built from pain, habits built from numbness, boundaries that never existed, versions of yourself that carried too much, emotional armor that kept you from feeling, stories that no longer matched who you are. 2025 was not the year that broke you. It was the year that broke you open, so something new could finally grow. The rise after the heavy year, something shifted inside you, quietly, slowly, gently. You started choosing yourself. You started resting without guilt. You started noticing your patterns. You started honoring your body. You started saying no where you once said yes. You started listening to your intuition. You started releasing people who drained you. You started craving peace instead of chaos. You started seeking alignment instead of attention. You started valuing honesty over comfort. These are not small changes. These are the signs of a soul awakening. The heaviness refined you. The pressure shaped you. The silence spoke to you. The cracks revealed you. The pain awakened you. And now, you are standing at the threshold between who you were and who you are becoming. And you're not supposed to have it all figured out. Becoming takes time. A new chapter is starting, and you're ready for it. Here's what you need to know going into 2026. You will not return to your old self. You are not meant to. You are clearer, wiser, softer, stronger, more honest, more intuitive, more awake. You see yourself now, and once you see yourself, you cannot go back to sleep. Your soul has taken the lead, and your life will begin rearranging itself around that truth. The heaviness taught you who you are, who you're not, who's meant for you, who never was, what your body needs, what your heart deserves, what your future requires. And now, the storm is passing, the dust is settling, the new you is emerging. You survived the year that tried to change you, and instead of breaking, you became. 2025 wasn't a burden, it was a beginning. And the next chapter of your life will not be built from pain, but from clarity, from truth, from self-respect, from awakening, from the you who finally walked home. You're not who you were. You're not even who you think you are yet. You're becoming, and the world will feel that soon. Let me know in the comments one of the most important lessons you learned in 2025. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm push this video out to people who need it. As always, this has been Valkyrie. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others.